And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stuart Buzz. Is there a real news station anymore? We would like your comments below whether or not you believe in a real news station. That is the topic for today. Are there real news stations or are they just opinion? Let's break it down. Okay, so you have Fox News, you have MSNBC, you have NBC, you have Newsmax, you have all the stations. Let's just go right down the list there. Left wing, right wing, are they opinion stations? So what you find comical, or what I find comical, is I switch between both. Now, if you turn to MSNBC with that clown, what is it called? The Morning Joe or whatever it is, him and his wacko wife that will actually pretty much agree to anything that the man's saying. So they will bash anything that has to do with the right. And it's true. But if you turn to Fox, and they're a little bit more gentle, they still bash, but they're a little bit more gentle, and they actually do have Democrats on their panel, which I like, which I think that's the way it should be. And now MSNBC is trying to do that now, is to put right wing on their panel, but it's far and few between. But I do believe both of those stations, including Newsmax, that every one of them seem to have an agenda. You can't tune into the news anymore. You can turn on to opinions and agendas. That is the problem. So on one thing, we've done it. And, so if the President of the United States is talking, if you remember back in the day, the President of the United States is talking, it is on every freaking news channel. You get a little pissed off. You're like, oh my God, it's ruining my show. I can't, but it's on every single channel because it's important. It's the President of the United States of America. No, it doesn't happen that way. Especially with Trump being president, actually it's on Fox News or Newsmax. But if you turn on to the left wing, it's not on there. They'll do a brief coverage. It's a fact. We actually do it. We turn it on. Let's see if they're on there. And it's not on there. They only covered it on one or two stations. Neither one of them are a left-wing station. They're only on the right wing. Now, if there is something that's going on, like they want to talk about Soros or they want to talk about something like that, that's on the left. But we also talk about that on the right. Now, of course, you're going to think that I'm a right-wing individual. I tend to lean more towards the right. Yeah, I'll give you that. But I voted for both parties at one point in my life or another. I voted for both parties, who I think is the best candidate for the job. So I'm pretty open to that. If you're good at what you do, I'm open to that. But I got to tell you, there is no more news, and it's sort of discouraging. Now, when I have a Gen Zer or a millennial come into my store, and I say, oh, you are a millennial, you don't have a TV? They said, that's right, I don't watch the news. They may have something to that. They may listen to things, but they don't watch the whole propaganda because I don't think it's real anymore. I don't think what they're stating is real. I think it's sort of an agenda, and they try to get their point out. And the reasoning behind the Jimmy Kimmel thing, of him being fired and then him being rehired, well, that was all political as well. See what he did is he said something wrong. But, if you listened to George Carlin or Richard Pryor back in the day, God, they would have been fired a long time ago. Not that I'm rooting for Jimmy Kimmel in any way, shape, or form. Charlie Kirk should not have been disrespected in any way. I am not so sure that he meant to disrespect Charlie Kirk. I think he was sort of looking to disrespect Donald Trump, which everybody seems to do. So how do we get out of the whole us against them saga that we have to deal with now? Because that's how society is, us against them. How does that go away? We have to figure out a way how to play well together in the sandbox. And clearly, this is not the case. We are now, I don't know, what's it, day 7 or 8, on the government being closed. And we're no in sight of making an agreement. Excuse me. I have to stay hydrated. We're in Florida. Oh, the free state. So, how do we all get along so we can agree to disagree? The one thing that was a takeaway from Charlie Kirk when he used to have his debates with the college students is he would agree to disagree. He would have a debate, and some of them were violent. He was not violent, but the college students became violent. And he would agree to disagree, and he would go back and forth, but at the end, that person left. A new person came on, and they had a discussion. Some of them were productive. Some of them, the people just told them off, and they went on their merry way. But we got to stop this because it's actually really ruining the government. I mean, it's ruining the government. It is all against us, against them. We did a podcast yesterday regarding the word itself, MAGA, Make America Great Again. And honestly, the left wing, when you listen to them, they talk as MAGA as being bad people. The bad people, the MAGA people. Well, everybody should be a MAGA person because every person that lives in America should want to make America great again. Okay? And America was great. Okay? And America can still be great. If you get the mindset out that America is not great, the whole thing is that they're putting it out there into the world that America is not great because Donald Trump's president. It sure as hell wouldn't have been great if Harris was president. But I'm just trying to say, where do we draw the line on these opinion stations? And will they eventually go away and the news stations come back? The answer that I feel is no. I would like your opinion on that. Comment below. Do you really think that the Morning Joe is going to just go to news, facts? All right? They're not real journalists. All right? They're guys dressed in suits that have an opinion that their bosses told them to write down, or their own opinions, and they get yelled at the end. But they're not real journalists, in my opinion. They may have went to school for journalism, but they're not real journalists. If they were, then they would be non-biased. Why is the government still closed? You have the Schumers of the world blaming the Republicans. And then you have the Trumps of the world blaming the Democrats. Who is it? Who do you think it is? I would love to hear from you. Who do you think is keeping the government closed? Comment below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know what you think about the news stations today. What station do you listen to on the news? And what station do you think is reputable? If it's any station, I just want your opinion. I want you to comment below on what station you think is worth listening to that's real and factual. Did fact checks. And it's like, this is the news. Whether it went to the left agenda or the right agenda, if it's the left news thing and they went to the right agenda, then clearly they're real news, and vice versa, by the way, just so you know. I would love to hear your opinion on that because it's actually annoying me. So I figured I'd come on and tell you the thing that's annoying me today is there is no more news stations. So you can't turn on the news anymore. It's just like entertainment TV. That's what it is. It's entertainment TV. It's almost watching like Saturday Night Live because it's so comical. Even Fox News at 10 o'clock at night has comics on. There's got to be a reason behind that. I don't understand. Don't understand. Please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Tell me what you think. And hit that little hype button when you hit the like button. What it does is it pushes up the leaderboard so more people can see the content that we put out. We appreciate you guys. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to write your comment down. We'll talk to you soon.